only a few principal leaders in this country that are willing to risk their reputation, their career, for what's right. And it is my privilege this afternoon to introduce to you one of those leaders, the MP for Hastings, Lennox and Addington, Derek Sloan.
Okay, thank you so much. How are you doing? Are there any Canadian patriots out there anywhere? Can I hear it louder? Can I hear a shout? Oh! So listen, I'm so glad to speak here today. I know it's getting hot, and I know we've heard from so many good people, and I was enjoying every single word I heard from our friends earlier today. I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about some of the things that are on my heart. When I was getting ready for this last night, someone asked me, Derek, are you nervous? There could be thousands of people there tomorrow. Are you nervous to address these people? And I said, I'm not nervous in the least. I'm speaking and amongst friends. And I'm not the least bit nervous. I'm so happy to be here. And I think that today is a significant day that will go down in history. We're staring at a house right now that is occupied by people who do not care about Canada. They care about themselves, they care about their careers, they care about their fancy ideas that have put Canada in a place that if we don't turn around, it will never recover. This morning, I was so proud, I was tingling as I was walking across the bridge. And I saw all our friends, our brothers and sisters from Quebec coming over. Can I hear my friends from Quebec? Hey! The current government likes to say that Canadians are divided, that the French hate the English, that the West hates the East, that people with different colors of skin hate other people with different colors of skin. It's lies. Our friends in Quebec are our brothers and sisters. And I feel closer to them than I do to these people over in English Canada that are putting us under tyranny and under rule. We have a common movement, a great patriotic movement, the greatest patriotic movement this country has ever seen. And it's made up of all kinds of people. French people, English people, old people, young people, men, women, people with all different tones of skin. And I'm proud to see it. I'm proud to see the flags. I'm proud to see the patriotism. Give it up for my family. My family came all the way out here to celebrate Canada Day with us. That's right. That's right. They asked me to speak a little bit about our history of liberty, the privileges of Parliament that we have. And I really liked the talk that Pastor Henry gave, where he spoke about the different Bible verses that are on the Peace Tower. And all of that is true. And I just want to speak a little bit about the privileges that parliamentarians have. There is privileges that I have based on 500 or 600 years of strife and bloodshed, wherein no one can keep me from entering the doors of that house over there. No one can prevent me from speaking on any subject in that house over there. If there is bells ringing for a vote or some other parliamentary duty that I have to do, and I'm racing to get there, and the police pull me over, they actually have to let me go so that I can do my parliamentary duties. This was a right that was fought for in our English or British history of freedom here, where the king at times would prevent the parliamentarians from going into the House of Commons. And the parliamentarians were viewed as the direct voice of the commons, of the people, the common people, you and me. And they fought so that nothing could prevent them from going into there to do their duty. And those rights still exist today. Yet, the majority of our parliamentarians have been silenced, not by rule of law, but by pressure, political pressure, career pressure. There is nothing preventing all 338 parliamentarians from speaking on any subject that they choose. Nothing at all. The only thing that's stopping them is their own ignorance, looking out for their careers, their own desire to play as a team within their own party structure. There is nothing preventing them from asking questions, from doing events on Parliament Hill to shed light on what we're seeing. They are hypocrites. 2 weeks ago today, I held a press conference on Parliament Hill. There were doctors, there were regular Canadians, there were other professors and health professionals that were reaching out to me. They wanted to have a voice. They weren't able to talk on the mainstream media. They weren't getting any person or entity to allow them to tell their story. So I held an official press conference here to let them tell their story.
Wasn't that censored?
Within 2 days, that became the most watched CPAC political video of all time. It is now more than double the most watched CPAC video of all time. It's well over 600,000 separate views. It's only been up for 2 weeks. In the midst of that press conference, my Facebook live stream was shut down right in the middle of it.
To cancel culture! To cancel culture!
That's un-Canadian.
An official parliamentary function was shut down right in the middle of it because the powers that be didn't like what we were saying. I had 2 tenured professors from major universities here in Ontario. I had a medical doctor, a frontline care worker who we see all the signs about there, telling us about what they're seeing. And yet, that wasn't good enough for Facebook.
Shame Facebook! Shame Facebook!
Wake up, big tech.
It is shameful that Canadians are unable to share official parliamentary functions in this country. I had people show me screenshots. They would try to share the YouTube link from CPAC, and Twitter or Facebook wouldn't let them. What kind of a country are we living in that is enabling this form of censorship in this country? It is absolutely frightening. It is absolutely troubling. And I raised this issue in the House of Commons only a few days later, 2 sitting days later. And I asked the Liberals if it was right that Canadians were unable to share the most watched CPAC video of all time. And the Liberals basically said, well, if Facebook doesn't like what you're saying, then you must be a pretty bad guy, Derek. That's pretty bad.
Facebook's the authority, the Ministry of Truth.
Now, since when is Facebook to come before the representatives of the people and the people of Canada? If not even the police can stop me from doing my duty in the House of Commons, why is Facebook shutting down democracy in Canada? We have a history. We have a long history of freedom in this country, and the democratic roots are there. They're being stifled. They're being pressed by party dynamics, by censorship, by career opportunities. But our grassroots democratic rights remain. And I believe sincerely that we're at the threshold of a time where we will look to this day and we will see that it was a turning point as we move forward to have true patriotic Canadians occupy that house over there. I'm declaring it today, and you will see it happen. I am absolutely confident that Canadians across this country are not divided. I have been coast to coast. I have met with tens of thousands of Canadians across this country, and so many of us are united on the same principles, the principles of integrity in our government, the principles of telling the truth, the principles of standing together and putting Canadians first. There's nothing wrong with that. I firmly believe that what we're seeing here and in other places across this country is the beginning of the greatest patriotic movement this country has ever seen. And as we look back at this Canada Day, we will see it as a turning point where French people, English people, old people, young people, men, women, black, white, every other color, will say, this country is united. I don't care what Justin Trudeau and other people are telling us. We are united. And we will not stop, and we will not retreat until we have accomplished what we've set out to do in this country. I have a few questions for you to end off. It's a hot day. We want to shake hands and mingle and enjoy the day. I want to ask you, will we tolerate the lies anymore? Will we tolerate the corruption anymore? Will we tolerate selling Canada out to the highest bidder anymore? Then pledge with me today that we will not stop, we will not retreat until we have made Canada the bastion of liberty and freedom that God ordained it to be. As I leave you today, I want to say thank you for being here. God bless you. God bless Canada. Never stop fighting.
Never.
Thank you.
Another true leader in Canada, Sloan.